Hi guys, what's up? My name is Mark Villa and today I'm gonna show you guys how I did my track Lots to Say, my latest release with Keanu Silva. I'm going to show you guys how I made the track and yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some advice from things I've learned over the past years from producing. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video, so let's get right into it. Yeah, I'll first just play you a part of the track so you know how it sounds, and then I'll show the elements, and I'll go deeper into them. So first I'll play the track. Tell me about your heartbreak hotel, 'cause you got lots to say. You think that you know me so well, 'cause you got lots to say. So that's the first part of the track. Starting with the break, I got a few stems from Keanu Silva, and I just yeah, started messing around with them. So I got a stem from Keanu which plays the bass, but I already liked the sound of it, but I wanted to make some changes in the melody. First it was like this. So what I did was I just sampled the first bass plug, and I just made my own bass with it, which is this one. So and I rendered the stems because I made the first idea of this project in a different project. And I'm kind of messy sometimes, so I just render some stems, and then I move on into another project, and I build the track in another project, so it's a bit more yeah, it's a bit more easy for me to find my sounds. What I did was I just put a low pass filter on this one, and I didn't do any effects on this one. Then we have the break synths from Keanu, which I also got from Keanu. A bit of more like old school chords, which. Yeah, I love the more old school kind of synth yeah, feeling over the synth. So I basically just put it into the project, and yeah, it already worked. So I just kept it like that. Then we have the bass for the break, which is this one. Yeah, just a simple bass. I think it's the one from Spire. Let me just check. yeah, it's this preset, just a simple preset, and I made some slight tweaks on this one, but it really has like a lot of low in it, and yeah, just a really heavy kind of bass. Then we have the main plug, which is just yeah, a simple plug, but it's made from two plugs which play a different melody. So what I first did was I just I made like a bass with the first plug, and then I put like a second layer which plays a more like the higher notes on top of that one, and yeah, I don't know, I think I got that one from Splice or something. And for the last bass which I used in the break, I just used, I think, more like a Where Are You Now kind of bass with a lot of attack, and I think I made that one in silent. I'm not sure, but it sounds like this. Then we move on to the build, where I used the same plug, bass plug, as I showed in the break, the first part of the break, the one Keanu sent me, which I sampled. I'll have to look into the project to find it. Yeah, here. So I used that one, which I also used was like effects, which kind of give like an atmosphere to the track. It's this one. I think it's just a sample from Vengeance, I thought. And it really gives like a spacey kind of feel to the track. I can really recommend to find those kind of sounds because they just give like yeah, more spacey kind of feel, and just add something to the track, which I think is really important. I also used another marimba kind of plug, which I will show you in the drop also. It's this one. So yeah, these are the two basses I used in the build, and then I also used some simple finger snaps. Yeah, it's just to give like more energy to the track, and just yeah, add some variation to the track, because like the break was really only with the kick or no kick, and now it really gives like a, I'd say, groove or something to the track. I also used a bass, a sub bass for the build, which just gives a bit of the low to the build, but not too much, because I do want the drop to really stand out also, with like the bass and stuff. So yeah, just a simple sub. I think that I made that one in Massive, and I just yeah, I put some effects on this one. Basically just a high pass filter which cuts a bit of the low frequencies, and I put a sound goodizer on it. Yeah, it just works. And yeah, to top it off in the build, I used yeah, just a simple sub bass from Massive, which yeah, which adds some warmth to the build, but it's not too significant in the build, because I really wanted to for the drop to stand out also with the bass, which is just a simple a massive bass. It sounds like this. So also for the transition to for like the build into the, yeah, I'd say second build up, which builds really into the drop, I used a fill, a simple fill, just like more like tropical kind of fill. And my advice for like choosing fills would really be like really search for like the yeah, good fills, because like they really give like say like a different feel to your track, because if you choose to use big room fills, for instance, the track really gets like a big room feel. And if you yeah, if you choose to search for more tropical kind of feels, which I did in this one, yeah, it really gives like a tropical kind of feel to it, which I really love, and which I wanted to do with this track. So yeah, this just a simple feel like this, just a drum roll kind of thing. And yeah, basically that's how it goes into the second build up. For the second build up, I used the same effects which I showed you before. I used the same finger snaps. I used the same bass, just a simple impact to really yeah, build into the to the second build up. Just a simple impact from Vengeance. Then I used a piano, which I think is really important, because I wanted to let the track build into the drop, but not like with heavy snares and stuff, but just slowly with the chords. And I used this piano, just the standard FL keys from FL Studio. And as you hear, I'm gonna show you like it's just a simple bass, which I used for the first part of the build up. And you see like when you add the piano, I can show you without. It's just a little bit more boring in my opinion. So I'd say like try to find a sound, for instance a string or maybe a piano, which just gives like a variation to your track, and just like yeah, I'd say like it's just something different, so that it doesn't get boring, and yeah, just keeps you interested. So yeah, I used that for the second part of the build up. Yeah, same sub bass. I think. Okay, so this one I also used for the build, which kind of yeah, just lifts the build up a bit more. Yeah, to give it a bit more energy. I'm not sure if you hear it really well, but it's just a bass which I reversed. You can just play like a really low bass note, and you can render that and just reverse that. So I'm not sure. I think it's just an impact. I can show you how I did this. I think most of you already know this trick, but it's just easy, and a lot of people use it. It's like a bass impact or something like that. And what I did was I just I think I just did that, like that kind of effect, that it like the tail of a sound. I'm not sure how to describe it, but it just really works really well. So I'd really recommend it for your own tracks. And then we go into the drop, and in the drop, the first sound I used is a piano from from Piano One, I think, because I use that one a lot. I can show you it. I think it's just a free one, so yeah, you can just easily download that one, so you don't have to pirate it. It's more easy. Yeah, I can just show you. Yeah, it's just a simple piano. It's just it's a go-to plugin for me. I just make my chords in this plugin, and sometimes also my top lines. For instance, in Venture, I just wrote the top line on like a piano, and I just put the chords under it, and then I had the basic of the track. So yeah, I used that one as a layer. I also used a high note plug, and it's actually the same plug as I showed you before in the break. It's like the high one. Let me just play it for you. Yeah, it doesn't sound really good alone, but it really works well in the with the other sounds under it. So I also use this kind of bass. It's just a kind of where you now kind of bass, which really has a lot of attack also, and yeah, it really adds something. I think it's a nice trick I can show you, which I did on this bass. Yeah, I just rendered the Sam, so I don't really have the original bass sound, but I can show you how I did it. I'm not sure which sound it was, but the fun thing is I can show you with the piano that if you put D-Blue Glitch, it's yeah, a really well-known plugin which a lot of famous people also use, and yeah, I found it like a couple of years ago, and I still use it yeah, a lot in my tracks, and you have like a lot of effects into it. You have the gator effect, you have a tape stop effect, but you also have the crusher effect, which I mostly use, I think. And what it does is I can show you on a piano, for instance. This is how it sounds without, and this is how it sounds with it on it. It really has like a crunchy, I'd say a bit crush kind of feel over it. I think it's just a bit crusher effect. And yeah, it just gives something extra to my sounds. I'd say really try it out. Maybe you like this one. So yeah, that's the one I use a lot. Then I for the next sound I used is a simple effect which I showed you before, just to give it a bit more impact. But what really works is that I use it in a break. So if I use it also in a drop, yeah, it kind of makes sense. It's just like the same sound, and people will recognize it. So I use that a lot. Just don't overuse the sounds, but try to use it as much as possible, because that will make it catchy. That's how people will recognize your tracks, I think. So then I have the kick, which is just a simple kick. But what I did with the kick was I just put a camel crusher effect on it. Maybe it's a bit lame, but it works for me. So yeah, what I did was I just put that effect on it, and I took away a bit of the low with. You can do that in FL by just increasing the knob out, and it just takes away yeah, like the more low kind of part of the kick. So I did that. Then I used the same marimba. No, that's not the marimba bass. That's the bass plug from Keanu. Sorry. So that's just this one. So it's just the same sound as you use in the build, but as I said before, it's easy to use those kind of sounds because they just make sense because I used them before. Now we arrive to what I think is the most important part of the track, and also my favorite part, which is the a flute kind of part. I think the track is really significant because of the flute. And I used two layers for the flute. The first layer is a piccolo recorder from the Contract factory library. It's just I think it comes with the Contact plugin, and you have like all kinds of sounds like guitars, trumpets, flutes, any kind of sound. And I just took the piccolo recorder from this one, which is a high kind of sound. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but I can just play it for you so you have an idea. It's this one. Yeah, I think it's a really cool sound, but it's not like strong enough for just that sound. So what I did is I just took this other flute, the Irish flute, from the same factory library, and I just used that one, and I put a shitload of effects on it, which I will show you in a few seconds. But what I also used is a sound which I also used in Venture. It's this one, and it's like a really heavy sound, more like future house kind of sound. But I wanted to keep that layer. It's on a bit of a lower volume, so you can't really hear it really well. But I just wanted to be in there, so it just got a feel as in Venture and stuff. So I also so the Irish flute sounds like this. And the effects on this one are really interesting. As I want to say, like, I'm not an expert at mixing tracks and stuff. So I basically do what sounds good in my opinion. So what I did on this was just Camel Crusher. No, it's I put a Camel Crusher on this one. American Crunch, the preset is called, and it's just a simple distortion which really like almost destroys the sound, but it gives like a really cool vibe to it. I put another distortion plugin on this one. It's a Fruity Fast distorter, just a simple one from FL, I think. And I'm just cutting out some lows here. Cutting out some of the mid to give the vocal and the bass some space. I'm boosting a bit of the highs, but not too many. But because what I also used for the flutes in the drop is the OTT plugin. I think it's just a multiband compressor. I'm not really into the technique of the multiband compressor, but I heard from some people that it really boosts up your high or maybe your low, I just boost some of the high frequencies of the flute, and what I also used was this one, which I didn't know I used that one, but it boosts a lot of the mid, so the flute really comes through in the mix. And for the that's what I use for the mixer chain on the flute. Then I have the drums, which are not really next level or something. I just a simple drum loop with a bongo. I'm not sure where I got this from, but just simple bongo drums. I used some sidechain on this one, so I give the kick a bit more space. to punch through. Then the other drums I used were this one. I used a simple I'd say sort of kind of fill bongo sound. Just simple. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like opening a can of like a something like Coke or Fanta or something like a funny sound. But it does add something extra to the track, which I think is really cool. I also used the claps and the I made that sample myself. It's just bongos playing and like some claps and some shakers, which I'll play for you. Yeah, it's just some a sample that I use a lot. It really gives like the shaky, groovy kind of feel to the drop. I use some toms, which are these. Just some simple toms. I would really recommend to check out Splice for these kind of sounds. You can easily search for like toms or maybe a drum loops with it. You have like a shitload of sounds on there, and you can really specifically look into some sounds, which I think is really handy. And I use Splice a lot. It's amazing. Yeah, so I think these were the drums, and yeah, that was basically the track. So guys, I think that was it for this track, and if you want to see more of these kind of tutorial videos, really make sure to leave a like or maybe a comment or something. Yeah, I really enjoy making these kind of videos, and yeah, I want to thank you for watching this video, and yeah, see you soon. Yeah, I really want to thank Tone Control for the amazing Focusrite sound card. Yeah, they really helped me with my producing, and make sure to check out Tone Control as well.